and discovered rock cocaine was being sold in her Albuquerque neighborhood at a premium price. He told his homies back in L.A. That led to a reign of terror. They know him here on the street as Weasel, a gang member from L.A.'s East Side Locos. Here, Weasel sells a rock of crack cocaine to undercover cops, and they hand over $20 in payment. Weasel later hands off the cash to Zodiac, member of a rival L.A. street gang called Lomas. He stashes the bill in his wallet. Gang enemies in L.A., but here working together on the streets of Albuquerque, New Mexico. This former L.A. gangster, whose identity we have concealed, was one of the first to go there.
But over here, we just wanted to get together, be known as one, instead of, shooting each other. What we did, we fought the other gangs from out here, and we just took over.
They were a mix of rival gangs from East L.A., West L.A., Norwalk, Duarte, and Lenox. Guys with nicknames like Mono, Wino, Evil, Cartoon, Yogi, Spooky, and Shorty.
A lot of people were scared of us.
Here in Albuquerque, the Southern California gangsters made a pact of unity. Together, signed the letter S, and called themselves Sureño 13.
Everybody heard Sureños, they were like, oh, they're from California, they're bad,
Sureño 13, now inked right next to L.A. gang tattoos. The unity was all about money, crack cocaine bucks, and smiling Sureños wanted it all. Drawn to Albuquerque by the knowledge that a $3 rock in L.A. sold for $20 here.
Thousands of dollars a day, every single day, nonstop.
By mid-1995, this high crime area in southeast Albuquerque, already known as the War Zone, was virtually controlled by Sureño 13 gangsters.
I was in Los Angeles, in New Mexico.
This gang member, whose identity we have also agreed to conceal, was part of it all.
When we went out there with like a big missile, and they didn't have no guard up. They didn't have no bullets to fly when we came with the missile.
But that big missile wasn't enough to protect high-ranking Sureño 13 gangster Anthony Aceves, known as Townsman. His became the first Sureño funeral. He was shot down by an angry local Latino gang called Uptown Kings.
The guys from New Mexico were mad because we're taking their women, and we're taking their drug spots, and we're taking their territory.
In retaliation, Sureños hit this house known as an Uptown King residence, sprayed it with bullets, and killed Pat Garcia, a 15-year-old kid working on his car nearby.
There was a lot of killing. For New Mexico, there was a lot of killing.
And here on the streets of the War Zone, the homicide rate would double in 1995. The crack trade here was controlled primarily by black drug dealers. That didn't sit well with Sureños.
We hated the blacks. We wanted everything just for us, for the Sureños.
Investigators say Uriel Bustamante from Lenox, known as Caps, was one of the most violent Sureños. One day he threatened to kill all blacks on the street. Eugene Bryant ended up dead. DeEarl Pounds seriously injured when Caps and two other Sureños just walked up and started shooting at them, Caps yelling, "This is the way Lenox does it." Assistant U.S. Attorney Tom English says Sureños moved in quickly.
People in criminal activity in Albuquerque weren't accustomed to this level of violence and really didn't know what they were dealing with.
ATF agents say black street dealer Robert King was shot here because he owed Sureños $20 for crack. This former Sureño saw it happen.
He said he didn't have it. They just pointed that gun at his face. They shot him in his mouth.
The next day, Sureño Marcos Mazzini, known as Lucky, plugged dealer Frank Snowden in the chest for owing a crack debt.
Those guys didn't ask him for the $20. They just shot him.
And Sureños, all carrying guns everywhere they went, had a massive arsenal to choose from. These are more than 100 weapons seized by ATF agents. Sawed-off shotguns, submachine guns, and dozens of handguns. Assistant U.S. Attorney Bob Gorentz.
In my 14 years as a federal prosecutor, I can't recall a gang that was armed like this gang.
Investigators say Sereno Luis Del Cid, a Santa Ana gangster nicknamed Stranger, stashed guns at his place, and many others were hidden at the Sereno crash pad where there was a trap door in the floor. All the while, agents say Cesar Cougar Gonzalez, a shot caller from Lenox with Mexican mafia connections, tried to keep the peace among Sereno factions to ensure a continual flow of drug profits.
He's the one that was bringing all the dope.
Cougar had a 16-year-old girlfriend who acted as his mule, making weekly flights from L.A. to Albuquerque with plastic baggies of cocaine taped to her body. According to this warrant, Cougar used her because she was white and young and would not attract the attention of law enforcement. But eventually, all the drugs, dollars, and death did, and the long arm of the law reached out and grabbed the Serenos.
I'm a first-generation American, and you know, my grandparents didn't come over so that we live in a country run by a bunch of thugs.
50 Serenos.